Uh-uh.
Oh.
What's up, everybody? It's your girl Erica from the Classy Climb blog. You know what happens sometimes on Skynet. Skynet shut me down, so I'm back with a vengeance. So I hope you guys are finding this video. Hopefully, most of you will see it on the late notifications email. But if you do not know who this channel is, I am Erica Shantae Williams of the Classy Climb blog, author of Smartphone Millionaire: How to Invest in Real Estate, Businesses, and People from the Palm of Your Hand. You can grab this book on Amazon, or some lucky person can win it in the contest later this week. And I brought back on my lovely co-host
What
from the
up?
Baltimore, from the Wire. Nah.
From the wire. Don't start. You know that. You know that's a trigger.
um, so what we're gonna do is we're gonna allow some people to come in as they're finding the new link. So Kira, what is the temperature up there today? Let me know.
It's cold and it's raining. Apparently, it's gonna rain like for the next couple days. So I'm hoping that all my properties do what they're supposed to do and stay nice and dry
Mm-hmm.
because the weather is trying it,
I'm
trying it,
telling
trying
you.
it.
So, look, you guys help me out. Throw a like in, alert your friends, share it on Twitter, share it on Facebook, let them know we're coming over here because we have a very hot topic today. You know, there's a question I get all the time. And I don't know if
Mm-hmm.
you get it. But there's a
Mm-hmm.
question we always seem to get. Now we're gonna have to go back over it again. So I'm gonna hold on. I'm gonna hold off for ask you.
All right. All right.
I'm gonna hold off. I'm gonna hold it together. So if you guys didn't see her video the other day, we had a hot fire video with her. The giveaway contest for her previous video is other people's money. We talk about creative financing. We talk about how to get all this money from different places, how basically to outsmart the bank, say no to the banks. And I think I'm going to do a second video on that, on how to become the bank. It'll be video number
Mm-hmm.
4 at this point for me because I had a video kind of break out a couple years ago, how to become the bank, and people love that video. So originally I said how to become the bank for $25. Now we'll do it, of course, for more. But I think it's really important, especially in these times, to get creative in the financing. So,
Absolutely.
so I see about 50 of y'all up in here. Y'all found us. What's up, man? Welcome back. I hope y'all found us. So make sure you hit a like, throw a 1 in the comments, or your city and state so that Skynet knows you're here and we know where you're from. So I'm going to check out some of y'all comments, but there's a question that we seem to get quite often. And I'm going to just say what the question is. People ask me about the BRRRR strategy. Do you ever get any questions about the BRRRR strategy?
I get it all the time, especially with all the podcasts and different chat rooms and stuff. Always pushing this BRRRR strategy, and they're like, "I want to do the BRRRR strategy," and it drives me insane because I think that it's marketed and talked about in a way that is not fully transparent. It doesn't give all of the risks and things to think about and making sure that you're adjusting your strategy appropriately, because it's not for every deal, and you really have to make sure that you have all your facts and you're doing so much more due diligence up front.
All right. So there's like 80 of y'all here now. So make sure y'all hit that like button. But before we go deeper into it, right? Before we get technical on them, what is the What is the BRRRR strategy? Listen, if you're in the comment section right now, write down what your definition is of BRRRR strategy. And because we have a 30-second delay, I'm gonna tell you about my day. Let me tell you about my day, girl. I go to the post office while we waiting on these comments. Y'all better be telling me what y'all think the BRRRR strategy is. I go to the post office and I drop off not 1, not 2, not 3, but 40 letters. And guess what's on my office desk when I swung back by? 60 more. I love my
Um,
assistant, but she be surprising me at the last minute. I be like, girl, didn't you just see me leave when I left with the first batch of mail? Like, I'm
oh
you only work here
no!
3 days a week. What you doing? Do you want to
Right,
keep working or are you
right.
just playing with me? She probably sees some of these videos, but don't comment, girl. You know I'm talking to you. But anyway, so most of y'all have caught up. And here's the funny thing: a lot of people say they don't know,
Mhm.
never heard
Yeah,
of it. A lot of people saying they
yeah.
don't know, but we have our one, President Hudson. Buy, rehab, rent, refi, repeat.
Doesn't it
Now,
sound great?
look,
It
and
sounds
everybody's
awesome,
throwing it.
don't
Look,
it?
there's a lot of them in there now. Buy, repair,
Mm-hmm.
rent, refinance, repeat. They in here. They.
Yeah.
Now, okay, okay, y'all. Listen.
Here's the thing,
Here's the
right?
thing. What's
Here's
up,
the thing.
Dre?
Yeah, what's poppin', Jay? So, here's the thing for me when it comes to BRRRR. First of all, it sounds stupid, but that's okay. I'm not gonna make fun of the name, right? We're gonna put that to the side. We're gonna let that sit on the left. But for me, the issue I have with this whole strategy isn't the strategy in and of itself. It's the lack of education that comes with advising people to leverage this BRRRR strategy, right? So buy, repair, rent, refinance, and repeat. So, what's most important in all real estate transactions is how you buy, right? That's where you make all your money. People tell you that all the time. You make all your profits when you buy. And the better you buy, the more you make and the more solid your purchase and your investment is. But when you are trying to do this BRRRR strategy, you have to buy that much better, because what you need to do is not only take into consideration the finances and the due diligence to be able to buy, repair, and rent, you also need to make sure that you are calculating and taking into account the costs that it takes to refinance and the terms of your refinance lender. When you are using the BRRRR strategy, you should already know who you are refinancing with and what all of their terms are. What are their origination points? Do you have to pay for an appraisal? How much is that? Do you have to pay for underwriting? Do you have to, is it one of those refi companies that are, relatively easy to work with, but is kind of a long-term hard money lender that has all of these fees? Because you have to be able to build all of that into how much you're willing to purchase the property for. That's why how you buy is so important. Because if you are going to refi at 75%, you can no longer use the 65% rule if you have origination fees, underwriting fees, appraisal fees, and all those other types of things, because you're going to end up going to the table with a check, right? You're going to have to pay to close on that property. If you're buying all cash, right, that's a little different, right? You're going to refi, get your cash out, and be able to put in something else. But if you are trying to use the BRRRR strategy with a lender to buy and renovate, which most people are, it seems like most people I talk to are trying to leverage like a hard money lender or something like that to buy and renovate and then refi them out, pull cash out to buy the next deal. If you're not doing the due diligence correctly, if you're not buying at like 50% all in purchase and rehab, a lot of times you can get really, really jammed up. So you really need to make sure that equity is high enough. Not to mention, we don't even, we go down the rabbit hole around the market and how that may impact
Wait, don't give them too
values
much,
and all
girl.
that
Wait a minute.
stuff.
Don't
Yeah,
give
I
them
know.
the
That's what I'm
second
saying.
part.
I'm like,
Hold on,
so many things.
listen,
There's so many
listen.
reasons.
I want to unpack for y'all
All
what
right,
she
let's
just said.
unpack
I
it.
want to unpack it, okay? I hope y'all ready. There's been this technique that if you go on Bigger Pockets, if you go on the internets, if you go in these YouTube streets, if you go to Google University, people are like, yo, buy, sorry, buy, repair, rent it out, refi it, get your stacks, right? Like they act like this is
Yes.
the holy grail of opportunities. Now, here's my problem. A lot of y'all gonna be broke and busted and living back at your parents' house if y'all want to play with this game, because it's your math is important. Now, why do I keep
Yeah.
talking about this? Because it sounds beautiful, right? It sounds like this is what it sounds like here. And there's 130 of y'all in here. Hit that like button. It sounds like, girl, I can buy one house,
Mm-hmm.
take money out that one house, and buy
Mm-hmm.
all the houses after that, and never have to come out of my money with no money out my pocket,
Oh
baby.
no, no money down,
No
no
money,
money, no
no
time,
money, no
knowledge, no
credit.
sense.
It don't even matter. It's an ATM.
Mhm.
And here's my problem with it. Does the technique work? Yes. Is it supposed to be your long-term strategy? No. Because this is, again, we're getting back into that cash flow versus appreciation conversation.
Yep.
And there's a whole nother second level to it. Like if you're buying in the hood, and let's say you say, well, Erica, they won't give me no mortgage. I had to pull 30 stacks out of my bank account. I need my money back. Okay, okay, okay. Okay. Now, if you're depending on the hood you're buying in, and that house only gets valued up to $50,000, okay, after you put some
Yep.
more money into it, make it look right, because that's a very common thing, $50,000, $60,000.
Absolutely.
Now, what's 80%? Anybody in the comment section, I'm going to give y'all a chance to do the math. Get your calculators out.
Right.
What's 80% of $60,000? And also, I want y'all to put in what is it? 70%? 70% of $60,000. Drop it in the
Yep.
comments. Look at Todd Capital coming in the building. See, if Todd Millie was really bowdy bowdy, he come on the live right now. But I'll save
Right.
Todd for later. You know, Todd, he got a job, y'all. Shh, be
I
quiet.
was gonna say he out here. He's ear hustling at the desk
He at the desk like,
today.
shh, be quiet, y'all. So thank you, Mark. One Mark DC for the 3.99 super chat. Listen, you guys, thank you for supporting the channel. Thank you for super chatting, buying the products and services. My whole goal here is to educate, uh, entertain a little bit because I'm keeping myself entertained, and then two, three, four, whatever have people in the future I can connect with, partner with, and do deals with. There are several of you in Jacksonville, Florida, who's reached out to me. Several of you in Orlando, and also two of you in Birmingham. I thank you for the emails. I will be on the lookout. We will talk later. But I just want y'all to get this concept. We really got to get this
Right.
concept in because I'm really scared for investors who may look like us, who may invest in lower income areas and then get stuck.
Right.
Right.
And to your point before, because I know some people are starting to share the answers to your question earlier, but when you're buying these 50, 60,000 dollar houses, depending on where you are, there's not a ton of lenders even trying to refi with you because the property value is not high enough. So here in Baltimore, that's an issue as well. If your house isn't worth at least 100 grand, then they don't want to work with you. Now, Baltimore has plenty of houses that aren't anywhere near that. So there's that too. Like you have to not only understand your numbers, but you have to understand your market. You have to understand and have a network and relationships with people, so you know what you're doing. Like it's not monopoly money. You need to be educated to know what you're doing.
Okay, thank y'all. Some of y'all are starting to answer the question. Throw in, if you understand what we're talking about, put a 1. If you don't, this is a perfect time to stop us and put a 2. Like so we can back it up, back it up on you so that we can have that conversation. Like I always want to make sure everybody's following. Somebody even asked, a $60,000 house where? Honey, all over the
Where?
United States. All
Yeah,
over. And it doesn't have to be a falling
absolutely.
down shack. Uh, Adriana, tell us where you're at. Tell us your city and state, and I'm gonna tell you where you can find you a $60,000 house. Okay, some of y'all are getting it. Some of y'all are getting it. Some of y'all got some
Usually
twos.
somewhere around MLK Boulevard, depending on where she lives.
or I always have the
I'm not gonna
rule.
behave myself.
Always, hey, cut a fool. I always have the rule for 20 to 40 minutes out, right? So there's a lot of
Yeah.
twos. So we're gonna go back over it.
Okay.
I don't want y'all lost. I want everybody to kind of get it.
Yep.
Somebody said two. We can learn it after the chat over. Nah, we don't want to leave y'all behind. We definitely want to keep y'all up. Kendra was on her best behavior when she was on here. I was trying to I was goating her. I was saying all
Trying to
the
rail
things.
her.
I was like, and she was like professional. Except somebody knocked on her
Yeah.
door wherever she's living, and everybody's like, "Damn, is that gunshots? What's up with her?"
I love Kendra. Somebody should have got my Kendra boo a drink first. That's all.
I'm
She'd been
telling
all
you.
right.
AM1's like the Bay Area. AM1, I mean, AM1, don't you? AM1's going to try to test me today. AM1, we'd have to probably drive an hour out. I think an hour and 30 minutes out. Where's in Inland Empire? Because even there now is more expensive. Isn't that right, Todd Millie? Any of my California people, let me know how far Inland Empire is from LA. Y'all let me know. And now we're getting closer to 150 people. So I hope y'all are understanding. Listen, if y'all drop y'all cities and states, we can be better to help you figure out where these
Word.
places are, right? So it's 150 y'all in here. I don't mind looking over some of these cities and states. But well, let's back it up. We're talking about today the BRRRR strategy. And what is the
BRRRR.
BRRRR strategy, Kiera?
So that is buy, renovate, rent, refinance, and repeat. So it is the concept that if you buy a property, you do repairs to it to increase the value, rent it out, then you can refinance out, get your money back, and then leverage those funds to buy another property. So it's a strategy to scale your real estate portfolio.
Thank you. Thank you so much. Thank you. So the reason it's so popular and the reason we get like 20, 30 questions a day, I'm gonna say it. I hope y'all ready. You know, I don't be nice. Sometimes at lunchtime I don't be nice. It's because people are broke. That's what it is. This is what 100 people are broke. And instead of us having a conversation of, alternative funding, coming up with all this extra money, most people are like, Erica, let me get in this one property, let me get it shiny, and let me get it refinanced. And I will tell you, I have not 10, 20, 30. I have hundreds of phone calls from most of you out here who get stuck in a property. Erica, they told me 6 months of seasoning. I've got to
Right.
pay for another appraisal. That's
Yes.
$400. And I'm like,
Absolutely. And you still have origination, closing costs, everything else, right? Because when you refinance, a lot of times you still need to pay for your title insurance and all that. So what's funny is I have someone in Next Gen, so our Baltimore intensive, where we teach people all about investing in Baltimore, all about investing in general, but investing in Baltimore specifically. And then the whole goal is for them to actually take the information and buy, right? So I'm holding people accountable. They know I don't play. My folks in Next Gen are buying properties, right? So I had someone that bought earlier this month, and it was a seller financed turnkey property. And the first thing she did was look into refinancing. I'm like, okay, all right, we'll go through the analysis so that she could understand it can be expensive. And you're going to go from having a seller finance house, super high cash flow, it's a 5-year note, all of that, to refinancing into something that has similar interest. You have PIT, like your cash flow changes, all that kind of stuff. And I'm like, and it's not, your seller finance deal isn't connected to your personal assets. You have time to cash flow a little bit, build up reserves, and then do that in a couple months or so. She was looking at refinancing within a few weeks, but it taught her, going through the process of talking to the lenders that I connected with and all that, taught her the cost of it, how you needed seasoning, which means that some lenders are going to require you to own the property for at least 6 months and can show that you paid your current mortgage consistently for 6 months, or you have a clear title and all that kind of stuff. You own the property for at least 6 months. Some are going to require that you have, so much money in the bank, right? You have 6 months worth of principal in the bank. Some are going to require that you have so much of rental income. Like, going through the process was like, oh, that's what Kiera was talking about. I'm like, pump your brakes a little bit, sis. Like, it's good to educate yourself. So we went through the process, but trying to refi out of a seller finance deal within 3 weeks of closing, I was like, girl, chill out.
listen, a shout out to AM1 for the $5 super chat. A little show of appreciation. Thank you, E. Willie, for classy climb. I don't know. I'm talking like Dre. That's what they be calling me, E. Willie, all the time.
Really, I haven't heard that one, but I'm gonna use it later.
Oh Lord. Okay, so Todd Capital put the key to investing in California is to not invest in California.
Out of
And,
state
and we
owners.
and we really have to. Ooh, Todd said it's
Oh,
one
hey,
hour
next
with
Jenner.
traffic and 2 hours with traffic. Good Lord. Um, Dang. Okay. So y'all have a ton of comments in here, and I'm gonna go through them. But I just want to make sure we're all on board here. And the original question I had asked was, if the house was 60,000, if it was worth 60,000, and we're doing the measurements of what some of these loans, these refinance, because after that last recession, they were like, "We're gonna pump the brakes on some of y'all. Y'all not gonna be in here
Yeah,
acting a fool. That's what you're not gonna do." Okay. So
right.
what they end up doing is capping it from 100% to ARV value to 85%, right? And then
Mm-hmm.
80%. And then some are even going like, no, 70. So
Yeah.
when I
Most
set up
often I
these,
see 70 and 75. I don't see 80 very often at all anymore. It definitely probably depends on your market and, of course, whoever your lender is. But I'm seeing more 75, 70% than I haven't seen 85% in a really long time.
so the Yolan and also DeAndre put 48,000 and $42,000. So let's do the
Mhm.
simple math. We're making this like bottom barrel math. You got this property for $30,000. Let's say shit, you got a wholesale deal. I don't know. You had to pay them cash off your credit card, whatever, or you had some money set aside or some reserves or a business line of credit, whatever. Now to get that house to that appraisal of 60,000, how much work would it need? Now, if you're in North Carolina, you can get away with $6,000 in the kitchen and $6,000 in the bathroom. But what did I just say? 6 grand, 6 grand. Okay, that's 12. So now you get $42,000. Now let's say it needs a little bit more. So now you at 50K in, and you're gonna get 42 or 48,000, more like 42,000 out. So this BRRRR strategy that people are trying to attain, if you do the math, if you think about it, you go, well, Erica, he still got his 42 out. Okay. But now he goes to the next property. What is the limit on the sky of the investment of his next property? Right. And this really comes out of a kind of I ain't got no new money. This the only money I got. This is my one lump
You
sum.
gonna recycle,
We're gonna recycle. We're
recycle.
gonna we're gonna cash out. We're gonna
Right.
ATM. We're gonna go big baller style off one lump sum of money. And that's what I'm
Yeah.
seeing.
Yeah, absolutely. And I think if you are buying properties cash that you are able to, have sit and you refi out whatever you can and then leverage that money and do it that way, that's one thing. But if you are using credit or you're using lenders and people that need to be paid off, you have to be extremely conservative with your due diligence, and you have to be buying at a significant discount. And you should already have all the relationships set with lenders so that you know exactly what you are going to have to pay out to refi out. Like you should have, for us, so I'll tell you, we had a meeting last week with bankers we went to McCormick's, right, in downtown Baltimore,
Got some steaks?
and
No.
seafood. um, we went to McCormick's and sat down with some bankers and talked about our strategy. So when Clue was on a Millionaire podcast talking about how we plan things a couple years out, we were having a meeting about plans for a couple years out and getting an idea what is your strategy, what's your appetite, and all those types of things. So as we are going through our process and doing our due diligence, we have those types of things in mind, understanding that we may want to refinance with that bank in the future. Like you have to do your work up front. This is before we even started, anything on these properties that we're talking to them about. We're planning on refining out with them in a couple years and want to make sure that we're doing our due diligence now. Like you have to prepare, and do the work.
And I think that's really here's the thing. Y'all want me to keep it 100. I'm gonna keep it 100. I talk so much about credit on here. I talk so much about building up these big reserves because you're going to need them. Sometime a furnace goes out, sometime a storm comes in, sometimes look at North Carolina, we got a flood, then we had wind and rain, and then we had snow. Like some people's houses are going to need some reserves, and people are investing with this mindset, honestly, of like, this $800 rent check I'ma live off of. Like, nah,
Right.
like I have two
Absolutely.
rentals. Trust me, in North Carolina, I ain't living off them checks. Most of that is just in the savings account and gonna pay some
Absolutely.
taxes this year. And that's the unsexy part, right? That's the like, oh, I don't want to hear that. And
Mm-hmm.
and the fact that it's not just credit, but it's also having, like, getting into the property. If there's any surprises, now you're in a loop, right? Do you have any reserves? Like I talk up to people. This is something I tell people. I don't know if you tell your next generation this, but I'm like, before you even go find your property or find contractors, you should have a Home Depot card, a Lowe's card, a Sherwin-Williams account, so you can get on that that 30-day payment kind of plan. And people are
Mm-hmm.
looking at me like, I ain't trying to hear that. And I go, so you got money? You chucking money for supplies? You got money?
You got money.
You got money? Money? Tell me
You
about
got
it.
money. Yeah, no, I agree. I think you have to. I always say you have to build your well, or that's a book. Build your
Yep.
well before you're thirsty, right? And be prepared. You do the work now so that as you are getting to the point where you actually for real need that Home Depot card because you're doing houses the size of ours, you already have it. So I'm all about that. These comments are going crazy, but yeah, no, I'm all about
Don't
it.
never read the comments. Nah, nah.
I know, I'm trying to ignore it. I'm
Well,
trying. I'm looking at Andre Hatcher. He's trying to get me buy out of state, brother.
listen. All right, listen. There's 163 of y'all in here. What is up? Make sure you hit the like button. I hope you guys are enjoying Are you guys enjoying the commentary? Hit a one in the comments so I know you're liking the commentary. My camera is trying to focus in on my little greasy face. Come on, camera, do right. All right, so let's go over some of these. Let's go over some of these comments because somebody said, "What's her channel info?" I'm trying to convince them to get on YouTube. They want to play with me. Charm City Buyers. Wait. I'm gonna do a video about this. Hold on. I'm gonna do a video. You can only do so many things well, right?
Yeah.
And they are running a business where they have 20 rentals and 7 flips. Okay, yeah. Kiera was over there taking a nap from all the time they got to put in work on these flips. Okay, like you. And I'm going to do a whole video about that. Like, whatever is your main thing, let it be your main thing and have fun with these side things. Like, people be like, Eric, you're going to do a podcast? You're going to write some more books? You're going to do this? Hey, where am I pulling some extra hours out? Let me know.
Right.
Please let me know.
And I'm a whole mama, right? Let's talk about that. I got a whole child, right? Actually, this morning she has a half day today. And so she's actually come in and out the office a few times since we jumped on here. And had to, she had a recital at her school. So I had to took the morning off. But yeah, like we have a lot going on. But we do have Charm City Buyers. There is a YouTube page. You might want to subscribe now for some stuff we might have coming up in 2019. But yeah, we got a lot going on.
Okay, so what's up? We got some Bronx in the building. We got some Perry, Georgia. Perry, Georgia, already cheap. You just go over to Macon. You got Columbia, South Carolina. Mm-hmm. Hey, Yolanda, Columbia is super cheap. If you want to be even cheaper, you go on auction.com and get them cheaper. We got California, Boston. I pray for you, Boston. I'm so sorry. Michigan, New Orleans, Jersey in the building, Compton in the house, Atlanta, Georgia. Listen, 24/7 hustle, Atlanta, Georgia. Listen, if you want a house, you can get a house. They're all over, but also you can drive 30 minutes out or an hour out and hit like 20 towns where people will still drive into Atlanta. So, and Douglasville was one of them for a long time. We got Motown, Detroit in the build. They called it Motown/Detroit. Pensacola, Florida, Nashville, Tennessee. Listen, Carter, Nashville, you might have to go all the way to Chattanooga to get cheap rentals, but you can always drive 20 minutes outside of Nashville and still get great stuff. Or you can even go further up about an hour to the military base near Nashville. DFW. Somebody put in the comments, where are cheap properties near DFW? Denton, Weatherford, Ennis, all over the place. The little in-between space between DeSoto, and Dallas, plenty. ATL in here. Cleveland, what's up, Cleveland? You're already in where it's cheap. Indiana, Chicago, yep, facts. Where we at? Michael Ward said California, the land of financially strapped. Damn. Y'all be wow. Going great, Erica. Thank you for all the great information. No, thank you.
Yeah.
Phoenix, Arizona. Todd Capital said it's a house of cards. It's true.
Trying to
burr.
Trying to keep burn, and got all these loans everywhere, and everything's high loan value. And
then, like, here's the facts. Like, let's say your mortgage, I'm gonna say a super low one because I know 2 clients. 321. Let's say you have a beautiful 321 mortgage on a $55,000 condo in Houston. Okay, now you refi, right? Like, the values went up. Now your mortgage is $500. Okay, so let's say, all you were making off a tenant was $600, $700, $800. You just keep squeezing your cash flow margins, right? So if any one thing happens, it is literally, bloop, house of cards, right? Or you don't have the income to pay. So again, age is important too. I think age is a big deal because there's a show I watch called Old Dogs Network. It's hilarious. Like, it's a podcast, but they bring on people in their 50s and 60s. And the first thing people say is like, damn, I thought I was going to retire, girl. And then I have no money, right? It's so funny. And then they like invest in real estate. Like that's their whole story. Like
Yeah.
they invest in real estate or land or mobile homes.
Yeah.
And they literally, most of them, and there's 170 of y'all in here, make sure you hit the like button. Most of the people in the on the show, girl, they literally get 5 to 10 properties and they straight. They're like, I retired,
Right.
I'm straight, we straight. Because, a part of the conversation we're gonna run into is like, I feel like people are doing the birth strategy so they can have like 20 rentals, right?
Hmm.
Thinking, oh, 20 is the magic number when really if you buy five right.
Right. If you wait and you put yourself in a position, especially if you're able to build your capital so that you don't have very high loans, because to your point, right? If you have all these things, your cash flow is really tight, the market shifts, then your value's low, you're underwater, and you ain't got no cash, right? You lose twice. But if you're able to strategize in a way where you have five that are free and clear, or you buy and you have loans on them, but you don't touch the money, you don't buy Jordans, you don't do the most, you don't try to fly to Mexico for a couple years, and you pay down your mortgage quickly so that in the next 5, 7, 10 years they're free and clear. Like that's kind of how you win in real estate. Everyone wants to do the BRRRR strategy because they think they're going to be able to quit their job in 6 months, and that's not how it works. It's not how it works, because
So
you're not going to have the reserves and the cash to make that happen.
So, Bo's News, here's what I'm trying to get through because I know there's going to be somebody. Everybody's got to do it one channel. I'm not picking on you, but he said if you can't get your numbers right and don't have the discipline, then the BRRRR strategy won't work for you, but it definitely works. I'm not saying the BRRRR strategy doesn't work the first one or two, three times. I'm saying using it to get 10, 20, 30 properties, it will not work because most people are trying to live on the money and use the money at the same time. On top of that, a lot of people, if you haven't been paying attention, a lot of people are broke out here. Let's be honest. A lot of people are like squeezing the margins till they holler. And even on
Right.
bigger pockets, there's a lot of people said, never use credit cards, never use credit cards. And one of the main big millionaires on the channel was like, I used credit cards for my first 5 deals. He's like, but I never used them again. He's like, I just needed
Mm-hmm.
my foot in the door. And the whole point of this conversation I'm having with Kiara here is so you can see that you need to set up a table of options, in the last video we have it where you can buy her other people's money, like she's got it off on half off. But it's not even just that, it's the fact that on this channel I'm consistently trying to get you all to see you're going to either need to, one, make more money,
Yep.
or two, have access to capital. If I'm off, let me know, Kara, let me know.
No, I completely agree with you. I completely agree. Someone said, "Well, who does it work for? It works for people who can analyze their deals correctly." That's the key, I think, to any of it, and that talks to Bo's News talking about discipline. It's your ability to analyze deals well and having a conservative but yet realistic perspective on what it is that you're doing. Like to think that you're balling out is not like that's not exactly what's happening. You have to make sure your strategy makes sense. And for a lot of people, and the way the BRRRR strategy is put out there, it doesn't make sense. It's not set up the right way. The way people talk about BRRRR, they talk about it the same way they talk about wholesaling sometimes, right? Like
Yeah,
it's no time, no money, no credit, no this, no that. But you still gotta
you
buy
could be in
envelopes, right?
bankruptcy
You
and
still
buy all
gotta,
these
yeah,
houses.
like you still gotta do. You're gonna put money in. You're gonna put time in. You have to know something, right? It's
Yeah.
not. It's sometimes in kind of this world, people term things and make it sound really great to get people excited, but when in all actuality, a lot of people get jammed up. And the whole point of this video is us saying, don't get jammed up trying to follow something that you don't fully understand.
So Linda's 3366 said Cleveland 60K all day, perfect condition. I believe it,
Yeah.
man. Most likely my first home will be in the South. Hey, look, see Stevenson, come to the South. No. Let's see. You got to drive out of state. Ian Roberts, it's not always that you have to drive out of state. It depends on your state. If you're talking about California, you may have to. Fort Lauderdale, Florida, there's some around Florida. Oklahoma City, for facts on the facts. Boston, Mass. I'm sorry, Lance. DC, Charlotte in here. Charlotte, you already know. Go to Concord. Jacksonville,
DC
Florida.
needs to go to Baltimore.
Basically, yep. Grand Rapids, Michigan. You got to go a little bit outside the town. Um, AM1's in Oakland. Anybody in California know any other places it's cheap in California? Drop them in the comment section. Most people tell me Las Vegas, though. That's the funny part. Okay. New Orleans, Miami, Saginaw, Michigan, Decatur, Illinois.
Las Vegas is probably a good time right now as the market's starting to shift because they're one of the first cities that usually start to feel it. So then,
Because they got the snowbirds down there
yeah,
chilling, part-time owning.
exactly,
Uh,
exactly. Go in there and scoop stuff up.
Quick question, Benny Smith. Is Decatur, Illinois anywhere near St. Louis or is it anywhere near Belleville? Let me know because there might be a deal for me in Belleville. So I'm just trying to find out. Cameron, NC, lost more California people. Bentley
Yeah, California.
3805, Smith Station, Alabama. Alabama. Um, yep. AM1 said, "Hey, Todd Capital, he's down for anywhere where he can get a rental home for 100K or less. Come to Todd Capital. You know, Todd Capital got some new shirts, like it's coming to death row."
Oh, I haven't. Do I get one just to rep? I can just put one on and say, "Hey, check out Todd." He'll be like, "No,
No. So here's what somebody
no."
said. Michael Ward said, "Where in Cali is 60K thousand? Empire inland empires in the boondocks. 1 hour drive, no jobs. Uh So Michael Ward, there's different things I've heard of Inland Empire. The reason I bring it up is because if you guys saw the video a couple of weeks ago, I showed where everybody was moving. Where were people moving to? So people were exiting. Like 1 million people leaving California, 500,000 leaving New York. All these people leaving up north. They were going to Inland Empire, so that's why I started asking you guys about Inland Empire. I actually have friends who live in San Bernardino, and they actually said their parents bought a house in Inland Empire for 150 years ago, and they made fun of them. They're like, "Why are y'all all the way out there? That don't make no sense." And they're like, their dad's house right now, dad and mom's house, is valued at $398,000. So,
Yeah,
I think
it
when
makes
people keep saying
sense.
something's the boondocks, if you don't make checks, you cannot live in a city. That's the facts. And so,
Right.
um, people
And you
have this
can't afford to live
expectation.
anywhere else. Like the community is going to be forced to make it something because
Yeah,
people have to move there to be able to afford to buy homes or rent. Because it sounds like you can't do much of anything in Cali anyway. So those places that have lower property values and lower rents are going to boom at some
yeah.
point because can't nobody afford to live anywhere else.
Don't worry,
And not everyone wants to move out of the state.
they're gonna put a bowling alley out there. They're gonna put a Starbucks out there. They're gonna
Right.
put a Target.
It's coming.
Andre Hatchett, don't rush, consistent action. It's so factual. Like, I think people are like, they call me, they're like, "Eric, I want to retire in a year. What's up, baby? Whoa. Don't put that on me.
Right.
Back them brakes up. Don't put that on me."
Right.
I usually try to tell people, if you're talking to me about retirement on the consult calls and the consulting and the mentoring, it's a 2 year process, usually. Now, if you're talking about one
At
year
least.
and you tell me you got $300,000 and you're willing to really make that money work hard, we could do something. But when you talking about 20,000, 30,000, 40,000, 50,000, $70,000, okay, we got to have a talk because you about to do some real work.
We have to have a conversation.
One of your next
Um,
genders said, "How many months should you wait?"
yeah, so she's in the next gen, I think. So we start January 2nd. But as far as how long you wait, it kind of depends on what your goals are. And then you're going to have to abide by whatever your refi lender says too, as far as seasoning. So for this next gener, specifically, we're going to revisit in probably about 9 or 10 months and see where we are to see if it makes sense to refi then, because she has her seller finance deal is for the next 5 years.
Okay, facts. Charlotte, North Carolina, in the building. Newport News. I'm sorry, but you got to drive a little further out. Newport News used to be where it was cheap to buy. Norfolk used to be where people in DC bought on the cheap, right?
Mm-hmm.
Michael
Yep.
Ward said, "Is buy or hold a good plan and refi a good plan after the recession?"
I think buying to hold is good right now and ride it through the recession, or buying during the recession, like as values are dipping. So when everyone's running is when you come, right? And so when a recession happens and everyone starts to get antsy, that's usually a great time to purchase real estate because you're going to buy better, right? You're going to make all your money when you buy, and then hold it through the recession. And then if it's not something that you want to hold longer term, you wait until the bounce back and then you sell it.
So for those of you on here who've purchased the bank book from me, you know in the bank book course, I show you the most banks ask you what are 3 ways this money is going to make property. So the bank book is a course. It's called the one-page business plan. Essentially, it's basically a way for us to get business lines of credit. And
Yep.
so if you've got that course, if you're in the comment section, tell the people. Let me know if you're in the comment section. But essentially, 3 ways, right? So when there was a property, it was like I'm either going to rent this property out. I'm either
Mhm.
going to two do a lease to own, rent to own, or three, I will sell this property, right? Like I will have three
Yep.
exit strategies for this property. So when people say, well, is that still a good deal? It depends on the property. I'm not going to tell you, yeah, you should totally do this all the time forever. Like, no, like you might get a house that's like a bevy of a house. Like my mom's house here, when she first bought it, was a foreclosure for 150.
Mhm.
And at first she was nervous. She was like, oh, it's a foreclosure. It's going to take a long
Right.
time. They're like, you got VA loan anyway. It's going to take a long time either way. So,
Right.
but this house was on the lake, 2 car
Mhm.
garage, 3 bedroom, 3 bath, huge backyard, huge deck. You're on the lake. Like the lake backs up to your house.
Right.
And this house is worth 325,000. So my mom was like, okay, that's a pretty good deal. That's a pretty good deal. I can't beat it. So
Yeah.
it just was funny because each house is different. Each house is different. What can you do with that house? So,
Definitely.
um, Andre Hatchett said, "Are you buying out of state?" Listen, she's so
In
busy owning
2019.
blocks.
Right, for real. So we do still have our rental. Our very first rental was in Connecticut, in Hartford, Connecticut. So
Oh
we still
God,
own
Hartford.
that. Yeah, I lived in Hartford fresh out of college. That's where we started. So we still have that property. But right now we are really, really invested in Baltimore. Investing in the community. We're invested in, we have some really dope relationships here. So I think we're going to be focused in Baltimore for a little bit. But I have been eyeing some of the stuff that like Asia and Nita be sending out or talking about, and every once in a while, like my eye twitches. But we're focused here in Baltimore for right
Listen,
now.
I'm gonna drag her by her ankles and make her buy something with me, but not yet. I'm supposed to be buying something with Kendra. Y'all put the pressure on Kendra, okay? Get up in her
Where
DMs and be like,
Kendra
"What's up? Where Kendra at?"
at?
Now, Kendra does not like Texas soul, which she was in the northern part of DFW, so it's a little bit of settling up there. I'm in
Oh
Austin.
yeah,
We got more lava rock, not lava rock,
right.
limestone. Well, you know what I'm trying to say. Um,
Who said you did the Birdman hand rub? Did you do that or did I do
I may be doing
that?
it. Todd Millie said reserves are everything. See, isn't it funner when you can see the messages? See,
It
whenever
is.
my guests come on and they can't see the comments, it's like I feel bad because like I'm laughing over here, they not.
What's your exit strategy for the block? So we are selling and probably going to keep some. So it kind of depends on how this whole phase 2 thing works out and a few other projects and deals that we're working on right now. But it's probably going to be a mixture between holds and sales because we're setting our own market. So we'll sell the first few, right, to set the market, and then we'll probably hold the rest. But we'll see.
So we got somebody on here. Okay. They said Keith Richer said, "What about mobile home parks?" That's not technically the topic today, but I will answer it.
Mm-hmm.
the What about mobile home parks? Essentially, mobile home parks, just like RV parks, are getting less permits in cities. So if you've been watching this channel for a while, you say, "Well, Erica, your family and the mobile homes." Listen, we own land in North Carolina. So if I want to turn an acre into 3 trailers in a certain, we call the T. If anybody
Mm-hmm.
knows what the Tennessee Volunteers T looks like, let me know in the comments. Put a 1 in the comments if you know what I'm talking about. Anyway, so it's like that T shape where they'll share a front yard, but they have their own little backyard kind of thing set up. Do you know what I'm saying? Does that make sense?
Yep. Yep.
I'm like,
Yeah.
she got a whiteboard. I'll use her whiteboard via her
Come
arm.
on, we draw it up.
Now,
What you want to do?
and so, it's easier for us because if you know anything about mobile homes in the southeast, if you own the land, they actually transfer the mobile home to your land and
Right.
have your setup straight. Now, what does that require? You still septic tanks. So,
Yep.
when people talk to me about mobile homes, I'm like, first of all, you got a whole layout here. You got to worry
It's
about
a
septic
lot.
tanks. You got to worry about transfer fees, and when they come and install it. There's a couple different things. Can they be lucrative? Yes. Can they be a headache? Yes, because very few people fix trailers. If you're lucky enough to live in a town where trailer manufacturing is near, or mobile home manufacturing is near you, they'll have a whole, repair team, but they won't be cheap sometimes. Sometimes they're like, you know, trade this unit out and get a new one. So, that would be a big thing. If I could go back in time when I first got to Austin, I would go back and buy this piece of land in Georgetown that I drove by and turn that bad boy
Mhm.
into RV park. I'm just saying. Okay, so
Not a bad strategy.
we got Houston, Raleigh, Little Rock, Chicago, Michigan, New Orleans, Baltimore, Trina,
Hey,
8663. Um,
hey, Baltimore.
Rob Carter said, I bought mine off auction.com. It was cash only, no loans. That's not true, Rob. You actually can get funding via seven different approved companies. On auction.com, you actually can get approved through FOA Commercial. That's why I'm always talking about them here. FOA Commercial is a big one on there. And who's that other lender? Dang. There's seven lenders that are the top that you can use, but essentially, I don't want to go off deep because we'll go off the rail talking about auctions. Um, Decatur, Illinois. Okay, Dougie J said, questions. What happens when you buy and there is no real economics going on in that area?
I
So give me
mean,
down the boonies is what you're trying to say. People wear me out with it,
basically,
but I know what you're saying.
yeah,
You go first.
basically out in the middle of nowhere. I mean, so people always need a place to live, right? So if you're going somewhere that's a dead zone and nobody's over there, nobody's living there, then you're gonna need to make sure that you understand what the rent rates are so you know how to buy. Like it's really all about analysis. I don't care where you're buying, I don't care what it is that you're doing. If you understand and are clear on the numbers, then that makes your decision for you. That's how I am. The numbers make the decision. We don't get emotional about deals. When we bought our personal home, Cleo didn't see it until we were under contract, about to move in, because I was like, these numbers are good and it's in a good spot. So this is where we're moving. We don't get emotional about real estate anymore because it's the numbers. So if you're buying somewhere that has no real economics in the area, then you need to make sure that your rental rates are right, because if that's true, then they're probably lower than average in kind of the closest city. And they need to buy appropriately and market well. Make sure that you adjust your vacancy rate to cover the fact that don't nobody live out there. But should you? Maybe not. But if the numbers work, then
So
man, it
so
depends on what area you're in.
here's my thoughts on it, and here's what I've experienced from just our family's experience. People always need somewhere to live, and
Yeah,
honestly, there are little country towns in North Carolina where some one or two people have bought up all the houses, and people out there rent for $400 because they're just trying to get that $400 rent. And a lot of times when I hear this question, I'm not picking on you. I'm just saying when I hear this question, it's usually a mindset of, "Oh, I wouldn't live out there because there ain't no jobs for me out there." And you
right.
can't think about it that way because there are a lot of people, and I'm just being careful here. There's a lot of veterans in North Carolina. They want to live where it's quiet. They want to live far out, but they may not want to use their VA loan. You have a lot of elderly people want to live far out, want to, have some space from their neighbors. There's all type of situations, right? And I
Right.
will say,
And that's
control your
usually,
street.
yeah, exactly. And you see, like, and again, I think this is to your point. I think it's me, what I want to live in this house, what I want to live in this area. And two, it's kind of this don't invest in war zones, don't invest in rural areas, that kind of stuff. So like I grew up in a very rural area. I had to teach Chloe how to drive around horse and buggies because there was Amish everywhere in my hometown. But people who own real estate there are caking,
Yeah,
right? It's in the
taken.
middle of nowhere. They're caking, especially
They
because
have the price control.
they have price control, and in these areas, a lot of times people can't afford to or don't think they can afford to own themselves. So there's a ton of renters. So the market is full of investor-owned properties. So you just have to kind of get the right mindset and do your due diligence.
I will say for North Carolina near Siler City, this is what happened. I can tell you right now. A lot of
Mm-hmm.
it was what we call white flight, right? Like the white people moved
Yep.
out as the factories were letting go of white people. But guess what they did? They rented their house to who? Hispanic people who were still in the area living but could not qualify on a mortgage. Why? Because they didn't have social security numbers. different reasons.
Or it could have been lots of reasons.
Hey, yeah, lots of. I'm just gonna be careful, but if you from North
They
Carolina
might
and
have
you
social
know,
security number. They just might not have the credit or something.
look at me in my eyes. If you from North Carolina, you know what I'm talking about, and you know what town I'm talking about. Then I got in trouble multiple years in a row with the illegals. Okay, but here's what I'm trying to get you to point. There's a town. It's not Newton Grove. Is it Newton Grove? Shit. It's going on the way towards Newton Grove. The whole downtown is in Spanish now, right? Like the gas station got Spanish on the windows. All the stores got Spanish. They got a little grocery store. Why? Because the one people in town who own the buildings rent them all out to all the people. And
Mm-hmm.
so my thing is, I'm big on, because I'm from the southeast. You can go in a small town, buy up everything, and city council answer to you. And
Yeah.
I've seen this. I mean, it's not even a joke. When you have people who, prime example, New Jersey had a multi millionaire who like they were working with him, and he said, "Look, y'all ain't if y'all gonna raise these taxes, I'm a bounce." New Jersey
Mm-hmm.
like we don't care about you bouncing. So he leaves the state. This man leaves the state. New Jersey had to stop and change the freaking budget. That is the
I'm good.
power of a business owner. That is the power of having cake on money, and being in some of these
Right.
towns and dominating in areas that you may consider boring. Because here's what I
Right.
hear when I hear that. I'm still not picking. I'm just saying when I hear that is a
Mm-hmm.
young person's thought process. Like
Yeah.
I got to be where it's hopping. I got to be downtown where the transit is good and all this stuff. And what happens is you have all these New Yorkers and snowbirds coming down. They have more money than you. They can live
Yep.
downtown. They can use public transportation. You're going to be pushed out to the edges. So at least control where you can control. That makes
Right.
sense.
Absolutely. Absolutely.
Okay, so throw me some more comments and I'm gonna read off some more of your cities. Again, Milwaukee, I've been there. I went in August. I felt violated because someone told me it was gonna be hot. I went there and I was by the water and I had to buy
Really
a hoodie.
cold.
I had
Oh
to buy a
no.
Dora the Explorer hoodie. I mean, it was ridiculous.
Oh.
It was awful. Be more Birmingham, Alabama. What's wrong with Boston? Nothing's wrong with Boston. I just saw y'all rental rates. Anybody in Boston in the comments, can you please put some of the rent rates that y'all are paying? I just want to give an example because I was watching House Hunters the other day in Boston. I was like,
But you know, baby, you know them shows is crazy.
but also the price
Oh,
is crazy though.
yeah.
East Tennessee, Vegas. Somebody said, "How can I learn from you both?" Get on her Instagram. You know the YouTube channel.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so let me see.
Chantilly, you should be investing in like the Baltimore area. That's not that far from you. And you really need to figure it out though, kind of quick, because I saw an article yesterday or the day before that they're starting to see really, really sharp increases in folks looking to buy and in that area because of Amazon. Amazon's driving prices up already. So figure
All
it out.
right, listen, I already told y'all Apple's coming. Where I was coming, I've been
Mm-hmm.
telling everybody, oh, wait, there was a house I thought was ugly over there. But now I might just get it, even though it's ugly. Listen,
It
clean it
look a
up
little better.
and make it look better. So I got, look, Douglasville. Thank you, Douglasville folks. Thank you. Natasha, thank you. I'm going to read what Douglasville said. There's some more super chats. I see y'all. I'm going to read y'all super chats. Give me 2 seconds. I appreciate every single one of your dollars. Thank you for making Merry Christmas for me. Okay, Natasha, Douglasville, GA. Here driving in Atlanta for work every day now. My cousin, when she lived down there, this is the story I love telling people. They had a
Mm-hmm.
house they got built from the ground up for 70 grand. Had the deck upstairs, deck downstairs. I mean, like it was decked out. It was nice,
Oh
finished
wow.
basement, everything. It was value was like 185. They had a neighbor go in foreclosure. Guess how
Mm-hmm.
much the foreclosure was?
How much?
70K. And I said, and our whole family, like people were coming back from like Iraq and they had that that non-tax money. They were like, let's go get it. So I know about Douglasville. 24/7 Hustle said Douglasville is still hot, Erica. I'm 5 minutes away from Douglasville, South Atlanta. I'm telling y'all, you build the house or get in there. Listen, do you hear that, Todd Millie? Where they live in Douglasville and it's still hot. Me and Todd Millie have conversations about Atlanta. Thank you, Bose News. Thank you. He said you're 150% correct. I appreciate that, Bose News. Excellent content. Thank you, guys. Okay. Where is the best place to learn about analyzing deals?
We do actually have a class on analyzing deals,
Y'all sure
but
do.
I think Yeah, we do. But we have a bunch of classes. We don't really, we're like, if you usually you slide our DMs, tell us what you need, we help people, and then we'll give them the resources. But we do have that class. But really, I think partly analyzing deals, you can work with folks who can teach you and give you the all the gems on what you need to be doing. But a lot of times, the best way to analyze deals is by doing deals. And personally, I think that as you learn but there's something different about getting your hands dirty to really figure out like what it is you're doing and how things work, which is also why I think the best wholesalers are people who already own property. But yeah, so you can definitely we do have a class, so you can DM me and I'll give you the information.
Okay, so I'm gonna get your super chats. I promise. I'm
I
just trying to
know.
be fair because so many of y'all post. I want to be fair. We got more Atlanta, more Alabama, more Cleveland, Ohio. What do you mean you don't know where? Morticia Lee. Go on House Hunters
That's on
216
260.
on Instagram.
Yes.
Tell her Erica sent you, and don't put Nina
Yes.
Nina. Put Nita. Y'all got me in
Get
trouble.
it right. Get it right.
Richmond, California is on the cheap. Anybody can tell me the prices in Richmond, California. Todd Millie, anybody from the California spot, please let me know. Arizona, what about Chicago or South suburbs? Over 300,000 middle class black people left Chicago, and 3,000 millionaires left Chicago the past 10 years. There's cheap places all around there. So, Orlando, Florida, there's cheap places in Orlando, Florida. Oh, Tisha said the high desert of California, Victoriaville, Barstow, and I don't know how to say the last one. Benny Smith said it's 2 hours. Okay, thank you so much, Benny Smith. I'm just trying to figure out that area because it's military related, and there's a deal I could do there. So, where? Sam M said he's from there. Thank you, Sam M. Rep your city. Oh,
Fort
gosh.
Lauderdale. Mentor Shelley needs to go ahead and follow Hood Estates about they might know down Fort Lauderdale
Well,
or outside of Fort Lauderdale.
Mentor Shelley's moving to Atlanta, so
She'll be all right.
She be all right.
She'll be all right.
V Way said recession means everything's on sale. Everything must go.
Absolutely.
Skipping some of that. Trucker Maven, thank you for the $2 super chat. I really appreciate y'all supporting the channel like this. Maroon Beauty, you did come in late. Sorry, catch the replay for sure. Who else? Thank you, moderators. Thank you, Ben the bartender. Get on these people. Don't let them come in here acting a fool.
Oh, who did it?
Thank you, DJ Cadillac, for the 199 super chat. Set up an LLC or not? I want a multifamily. Yes, set up an LLC. CYA, consult your attorney, consult your accountant, cover your A, all those words.
Right. And don't just get an LLC. You actually have to manage your LLC accurately and right. Otherwise, you're just putting an LLC
it's
on
gonna
there.
You're gonna be like Trump's friend.
Veil.
What's Trump's friend?
He got too many of them.
Man, he got legal Zoom. I mean, come on now, bro.
You said he got legal Zoom.
Go through Todd Millie in the comments at Todd Capital and tell him Erica sent you for the LLC setup.
Oh gosh. He said that man had legal Zoom. I'm gonna be FHA to
tell me what you think. What if you invest out of state? Should I set up my LLC in the state I invest in or the state I live in?
So it depends because you could get double taxed. So if you set it up in another state and you live, you might have to pay your own state tax and state taxes in the place of your LLC. So just do your due diligence. Ask Todd Millie, he'll take care of you.
Todd Millie, you hear all these shout outs we're giving you today? We'd like our referral fee. No.
I know. Right.
We want our t-shirts, Todd.
That means t-shirts. This is I'm waving the flag so we don't fight on Twitter later.
Todd is nuck if you buck on Twitter. No. That's what he's. What about Hampton Roads, Virginia? Listen, let me tell you what. Let me give a short answer. Everybody who's putting in states, I can name cities and towns right off the top of my head. Just because I'm a military kid and I've traveled a lot and I have an uncle who drives a truck. We used to ride with him sometime. Here's the deal. Go on realtor.com. This is just for your own knowledge. So you have a knowledge of your town, your city, your state. Go on realtor.com. Type in your city. Now go over to the thing where it says mile radius. Go 20 miles out, or you can put more than that. But when you look at it, what you're going to start to see is properties that you may not live in or want to live in that area because it's boring or it's dry or it's quiet or whatever. But
Right.
you'll find things that work in your budget. Because here, where we got to get to is really we got to get in our budget.
Right.
Oh, listen. She said I clutch my pearls every time I watch House Hunters. Honey, when they do international House Hunters and they be complaining, listen, let's for the record so they know that Kendra and Kiera were on House Hunters, y'all. If
I
anybody,
wasn't on
I
House Hunters.
wait,
I was
wait.
on a different show.
Listen,
But yeah.
this is my challenge. If you can find the video of Kiera or Kendra Barnes on House Hunters, I will give you $20 because I've searched and cannot find. So
You can't find my show?
I can't.
Probably because you're looking on House Hunters. I wasn't on House Hunters, but Kendra was.
But listen to me. I'm not joking. PayPal, Venmo, Cash App, $20. Help your girl out. I'm behind schedule. I literally have 400 more credit repair letters that got to go out the rest of this week. So help me out. I will pay you $20. Email your girl. If you can find this video, wherever, because Kiera's not giving no facts.
Can I just say, me and Clue on my show was hilarious. It was the best show. It was so funny. Of course, they made me the angry black woman, but we won't go there. But it was really hilarious.
Okay, again, $20 to the person who can find the video of Kiera, not a lookalike of Kiera, actual Kiera, not another light skinned chick, actual Kiera. Kiera and Khalil together on the show. I will give you $20. Whoever can find Kendra and her husband. I'm not gonna give you his name because that's just cheating too much. I'm giving you too much. Her name is Kendra Barnes. Go look it up. I will give you $20, and I want you to put it on Instagram that I will give you $20 because I know after this Kendra gonna cuss us out, so I ain't worried about it. But anyway,
Kendra definitely gonna cuss you out
because I need the video, y'all. I need the video, and they won't help your girl out. Get the video. Bring me the video. Do a solid for your girl at Classy Climb. Maurice Tankster, thank you for the $5 super chat. Thank you for supporting the channel. You're an ATL. Erica, everything you saying in your book, it depends on which book. I have over 3, actually I have 4 books out. So
I have, well written.
Yeah, I have one ebook that talks about ladder income. You guys have seen that on one of my channels. I have the Rise of the 1099 economy. Is when I realized the gig economy was coming. We're a couple years ago, and then I have the Smartphone Millionaire. Again, Smartphone Millionaire. How to invest in people, real estate from the palm of your hand. And I want to thank all the people in London who bought the book. I have 10 people in London who bought the book. Thank you very much. Nice. I'm very excited. Who else? The deployment money. You know that deployment money, okay? Your family come back acting brand new. They buy a BMW. They don't want to act right. 6-figure days. Who's the guest? My guest today is Kiera, one half of Charm City Buyers. Her husband is Khalil. On here talking about opportunity zones. I bring Kiera on so we can cut up. Okay, Khalil's business. Kiera is other business. Okay. But again, this isn't a part of the 12 Days of Christmas. This is a good show. I'm bringing Todd on later too, so he can give his view on it. You know, because Todd is what somebody said in the comments is a trans employee or whatever. Oh yeah, trans employee equals T Millie. But why am I doing this show? Because I think it's vital and it's important. And I bet money we're gonna have a second half of this show, part 2, and people still gonna be like, "What is what?" So right. Somebody said analyzing deals. You to me. So funny. But the guest is Kiera. So joining a real estate investment club may help educating you. Facts on facts. Yep. Okay, what else? What about Texas? OG lady, come on. All over Texas, we got cheap places.
Somebody already, someone's doing their due diligence or already followed us because she knows where the show is.
You found it? Hey, listen.
Trina 8663.
If you found it, where Trina, email me. Email me. Go on Instagram and message me. Erica's Classy Climb. I'm not playing. I'm paying $20. And tell Kendra Barnes I'm looking for her.
Yeah, the real one you need to pay is Kendra.
Listen, I might have to bump the Kendra one up to $30. I don't know.
You might want to.
Let's see. Mr. Shelley, Savannah. Man, Savannah's been blowing up. Amazon in Baltimore now? That's what somebody asked.
Yeah. There's an Amazon. Well, so there's a couple warehouses in Baltimore. There's two warehouses in Baltimore, and then they're coming to like Northern Virginia area.
Morticia Lee said, I got the House Hunters and Cousin Nita. I just thought I'd shake the tree again. Thank you. I think she's one of our winners. Todd, what about
Appreciate
for
you.
the LLC setup? Okay, so Todd, Millie, if you're in the comments,
He just jumped back in.
okay, so everybody, Todd, Millie, send him an email if you want your LLC set up. Just say you're a Classy Climber or Erica Williams sent you.
info@toddcapital.com.
Thank you so much. Alvin said Newport News, Virginia, Norfolk, Virginia, Virginia Beach, and Portsmouth, VA are cheap, cheap, cheap. What's funny is I have a friend who lived in Oklahoma City and she had a $150,000 house. It was huge. It's Oklahoma City. She goes to VA and she gets hit by the base and she's like, girl, this house is 150, but it's a damn shame. And I see a picture of it and I started laughing. I'm like, baby, it's two different areas. This is a key part too why you need to invest sometimes out of your state, out of your comfort zone, out of your backyard. Mm-hmm. Get on a plane, fly. I have not one, not two, but 10, 9 Miami clients who are investing in Maryland, but we'll talk about that off camera. Mm-hmm. They're investing in 3 different towns in Maryland from a turnkey company I used to recommend, and they're also investing in Detroit. So again, sometimes your big Miami money might go big Willie style in another place.
Absolutely. Trina8663 says she knew where it was because she came to our last meetup. So shout out to you for coming to the last meetup.
Hey.
Make sure you give her $20.
I'm going to give her $20. Hey, hit me on the Instagrams. You already know. So again, I'll tell the challenge in a minute. So again, for Todd Capital, thank you, Todd Capital, for donating $10 to the show. Info@toddcapital.com. All right, so I'm going to go. Y'all got me all over the place. Realtor.com is your friend. Yes. Boring and dry cities / towns every day of the week. What's the show? Listen, I can't give you all the details, but look, both of them were on like house hunter related shows. So if you can find this video, not a lookalike Kiera, the actual Kiera and her husband Khalil, send me that. I will put $20 today in your pocket. If you can find Kendra Barnes and her husband on House Hunters, I will give you $20. I'm about to record myself saying this so she can see this.
You should put it. Oh yeah, I'll do it. Hold on, I'm gonna record it now.
Can you hear the audio? I don't even know if you can hear the audio.
I can. I'll do it on my phone.
Are you ready?
Oh no, you can't hear the audio. You're right. Damn.
You can type it in. All right. Well, then I'll have to record myself. Hold on, because I want Kendra.
Because y'all know, I don't know if they know this, but there's a group of us that are all in this group chat that stays lit for like the last 6 months, and we talk junk to each other all day long. So
I'm debating should I put it on Instagram or send it to her first.
You should put it in the Marco Polo.
I'm gonna put it over there first. Hold on, y'all, so I can get cussed out good and right.
I'll look at some of the comments while you're doing that. Let me see. I think Quill must be watching, so I think Quill put it in there.
So, hey, Marco Polo group, I just offered a challenge to all my Classy Climbers. There's 200 people here. I said, if y'all can find Kendra Barnes or you can find Kiera and Khalil in the House Hunters or whatever they're on show, I will give you $20. I need that. I'm busy this week. I can't Google stalk nobody. Help me out.
She's going to be so mad. Kendra, it's not my fault. I ain't do it.
Kiera didn't stop me, so I'm putting it on her. All right, later.
Oh gosh.
Okay. Back to the show. I know y'all like, we don't be here for this, Erica. Get your life together.
I'm messing up the whole show.
No. Okay, again, if you want to get your LLC done, info@capitaltodd.com. Tell them you're a Classy Climber and Erica Williams sent you. If you're watching the replay, hit them up at info@capitaltodd.com. Tell them Erica Williams sent you. Thank you. Here's the next one.
Bounty.
If you have $20K and a great credit score, how would you use it to invest in real estate? That's Kamoy Matthews.
I would leverage it to, well, one, you can try to do something cool like house hacking and be able to leverage it as a down payment and probably use less than 20K depending on where you are. But yeah, I would probably leverage it and use it as a down payment, use a loan so I could get more. Since you have the good credit, you'll probably be able to get a pretty decent interest rate and use that 20K as a down payment. And I think she's asked this question before. I know you're in between. She's in between trying to decide if she should house hack in DC and make sure, if you're not the right person, my bad, we're gonna tell the story anyway. But house hack in DC or buy in Baltimore.
Listen, people be weird out here. So you don't, people be weird out here. You don't have to roommate. Sometimes it's better when you're young. If you have, the biggest reason why I've been on the $50,000 homes, 50,000 in certain areas like Greensboro, North Carolina, 50 to 75,000. Let's be honest, because you still might have to do the kitchen, right? Because a $50,000 home, even if you have to do a commercial loan where you're not living in it, not owner occupied, you're talking about 20% down, which is 10 grand. Okay, then you're talking about 3% closing costs, which is like 3 grand, depending on what's going on. So you're talking about all in for 13 grand. Some of y'all out here, I'm not calling no names, y'all be getting on me when I call you names. You be out here with 20, 30, 40, $50,000 credit cards and money, and then you're like, Eric, I need a business loan. Well, you got the money. Figure that out, baby. Figure that out. So,
And here in Baltimore, you can get a turnkey for 80 grand. You can get turnkeys for with tenants in it. I have a couple deals in our pipeline right now that have tenants in them, or Section 8 approved, or whatever, or program approved, where you can just buy the property, put a tenant in there, get that commercial loan, you leverage that money as a down payment, and go on about your business.
Hey, look, Trina, don't tell nobody where her video is. You be the first person to send it to me. Be the first person to send it. Give me that $20.
Right, and then Trina, so now you done got your $20 just from coming to the meetup. So y'all need to come on our meetup. We be spilling all the tea.
Listen, listen. I have a blog still coming. I know y'all be. I'm not Todd Milley. I can't throw out blogs all day. I really be over here working.
You got a 10x.
I got a 10 to 20 exit. But essentially, one of the blog articles is going to be called Charm City and Classy Climb Christmas. And we're going to talk about how, I think, Kiera, you're doing 50% off other people's money.
Yep, for the rest of the year. So we're doing half off OPM is King, so other people's money, which you could also use that 20 grand for, right? We're doing half off of, our next meetup is in March. We decided we're going to do meetups and get people together more often. We used to do that, and then we started doing more virtual classes, but these meetups are really dope. So we're going to do one a quarter. So the next one is on Erica's birthday. We're celebrating Erica's birthday here in Baltimore by doing a meetup. So March 9th. So that is half off through the end of the year. Next gen, for those who are committed to buying in Baltimore in 2019, but maybe don't necessarily have all the right tools or knowledge or want to have the support of myself, Khalil, and our team. Next gen starts January 2nd. So discounts on that are almost up, but we're still allowing people to join in because Next Gen is dope. The goals for first 6 months. Within 6 months of taking the program, everyone purchased a property. Most people in this last group that we ended in November are already under contract or bought, which is dope. I'm trying to remember what else I had in there. But yeah, so we'll be sending all kinds of stuff out.
So if you're a moderator in the comment section right now, I've been posting Kendra's link and I've been posting Kiera's link for other people's money. Also, Kiera's links for all her stuff. Also, just be on the lookout for my email list. You should be getting your MailChimp done. Listen, y'all, I had 2 people hired. Now I'm down to 1. So.
Oh, no.
Yeah, it's okay. We're going to get it right. We're going to get it back right. So, okay, anyway. But yeah, I put a lot of the things in the comment section. Again, after the video renders, I will put more links in the comment section, but I don't want to keep her all day. She has children. Well, child.
I gotta check on my baby. She done walked in here 3 times. She's so well behaved.
She's doing good today because usually she'd be like, "What's up, everybody?"
Right. She would have took over the whole show, been over Michaela's show.
No soda today. Kenneth Ritter, if you in Fayetteville, North Carolina, man, you better stop playing. You know in Fayetteville you can get cheap stuff, and Hope Mills, and Parkton. And Lumberton, but I don't go all the way to Lumberton. I go to Parkton and those edges. thank you. He bought my book on Amazon. Can't wait to get it. What's the name of the book again? Which book?
Go through all of them. What's all of them? I can't remember.
What books have I been calling out nonstop? Anyway,
Smartphone
here's
Millionaire.
Smartphone Millionaire and Ladder Income's on the website. What other books were we calling out today? I don't know.
I think
Anyway,
that's
all right. Okay, we're gonna get out of here.
Send me that turnkey. Are you so the thing with me when it comes to deals, so I get like the best deals. The people who get the deal first are next gen folks. Hey, another next gen in there. What up? So and she's under contract too. We're trying to get her to close, and we have some title, trying to clean up the title. She's supposed to close tomorrow, but that's okay. We're gonna get that done. And she's actually buying that property. Oh, you better somebody better block that.
Block trolls, block it.
No, not a troll, but they're gonna answer it. They answer your question too about what show I was on.
Hey, don't do it. Don't answer there. Block it. Block that. Oh no. Oh no.
So, but yeah, so she bought that property subject too. So it was another creative finance deal for a next gener, which is exciting. Oh, so yeah, the properties that we get, although we have a buyer's list, I'm not big on just emailing stuff out to everyone. I like to be more personalized. I want to know, and I want to know, like, what are your goals? Like, I can't, like, what are you looking to accomplish? Let's do our next gen first. And
let's be honest. Let's have a moment here.
Yeah, let's have a moment. Let's do it.
Business and real estate is about relationships. There's money everywhere, but all money ain't good money. Sometimes you can't sleep at night with people you partner with. Right. And I don't mean sleep with them. I mean, like, sleep with peace of mind. So again, this isn't about jumping on different email lists, because I met people who are on like 20, 30 different email lists. Again, while I was doing the show with you, Kira, the other day, was it Kira or was it you or Kendra? I was on the show and the guy, no, it was you. I was on the show and a guy from Nashville who owns 100+ rentals and is flipping properties and is development invited me to come to an event in January. Now, he didn't have to do that, but he reached out and texted me because why? It's a relationship. And y'all are shortchanging the opportunities out here that some of y'all might not even have all the money, and somebody would still do a deal with you because they know you're good people.
Right.
So, it's not just email lists. It's actually... Oh, Rob Connor said everybody get a tweet now. No, that ain't happening today. I had a good year, but hey, not like that. This ain't the bar. I blocked the message. But make sure you go to Instagram.
I'm live on YouTube right now. I'm doing a YouTube show. But so remember we said Michaela was really quiet? Someone just showed me a picture. She's out in the lobby sleeping on a couch. Just walking in the office and showed me.
So whoever hits me up.
Apparently I'm not mothering because I didn't even know she's out there sleeping. I'll go mother later, I guess.
Okay, I'm going to let her go, y'all. Okay, so look. Whoever hit me up in my Instagram DM first, you get the $20 because somebody already did. Now,
Trina better get that. She was at the meetup. Trina called it.
Trina called it, y'all. Okay.
I got you, Trina.
Next gen. I'm just as excited about cohort 2. Congratulate. Oh, you see her in there? The next gen.
She's about to close. She's the one that's supposed to close tomorrow, but got delayed because of a title issue. But she's
okay.
Good.
So quick question. Listen, I'm gonna tell y'all this, and I don't mean to be harsh. Don't at me. Do not at me while I'm on a live show because it comes up bright red on my phone with my eyes. Like, don't at me, okay?
Someone said child neglect. No, this is a community. This is a community office. Everyone, Michaela's here all the time. She is a CEO of this space. She runs it here, and everyone takes really good care of her. And she kept popping in every 5 minutes ago. She just laid down and took a nap. And they know.
So look, y'all hush your mouth. Don't talk about Kendra. I'm about to put you to the wall, to block you. Okay, so look, don't at me. If you want to talk to me, super chat's the best way, and just answering your question. If you have to put your question in 2 or 3 times, that might be what it is because there's a lot of people on here. So again, anyway, and again, someone said they can find deals, but they can't find money. So what did I just say? If you're finding deals, but you can't find money, that means what? There's a hole in your relationship bucket. Your relationship bucket is broken. At any time someone's telling me, oh, I'm out here finding deals, I'm driving for dollars, I got a deal. So if you're not, you can put it on Facebook Marketplace, you can put it on a Craigslist, you can put all these different places. But if you don't have relationships to actually call people, you're going to be spinning your wheels.
Absolutely. And if it's that great of a deal, like the money comes and the people come. But to your point, you got to know where to market and how. But there's a ton of people who think they have a great deal and their deal is trash. So make sure that you know what you're doing and that it's actually, worthwhile.
Don't call Kiera with a hole in the ceiling.
Well, no, you can call me with a hole in the ceiling. I'm okay with it, but don't call it a skylight, right? Like there's a make sure you know what you're talking about.
Did you answer Joshua Hill's question? Question for the guest: are they looking to invest in the Philly market? Didn't you see my video about Philly? Didn't you see my whole video about Philly and Nashville, and the developers trying to get out from under their land deals? This is when people are getting out.
Right.
But go ahead. I'm sorry. You talk.
Yeah, no, we're just really focused on Baltimore right now. We've been hustling Baltimore, building our relationships in Baltimore. We have we're to a point now. We had something pop up on a deal where we just emailed the executive director of one organization and the lead of housing in the other, and try to get this stuff taken care of. But so we're here. We're invested in Baltimore, literally and figuratively. So we'll be here for a little bit. So we focus here.
They're buying blocks.
Ain't nothing but a hot jump and a skip up the street.
So I think, here's my thing. There's some dates coming up. I'm like, Aisha, you better, what's up? She's like, oh, I was like, you're gonna take me to a Philly sandwich place in Philly. She's like, I'm a vegan or whatever. And I'm like, that's not what I asked you. You gonna take me there or not?
What I said was we getting a cheeseburger.
Courtney was like, she'll take me. So
yeah.
Michael, what do you mean? Do I have info on land? I'm not a database, but I have land in North Carolina. I mean, again, realtor.com, landandfarm.com, many of these places, Craigslist, you can find land. Anytime there's a storm in North Carolina, I literally go on Craigslist and people be selling land that before they're like, I want 25,000 for it. Storm comes through, I'll take 10K. Oh, I bet you will. Thank you. Have a good day. So again, it's a looking process and a relationship process. So, but look, I got to change these titles and these thumbnails because they're inaccurate. So thank you guys for having this wonderful show. We've laughed it up. She's got to carry Michaela, who's as tall as her, down the stairs. So
I'm gonna leave her. So she's gonna lay right there. We have a here at Spark where I probably shouldn't say that. Where my office
don't say that.
I should have did that. Anyway,
somebody might roll up here today.
We're just gonna hang up. They can't pull up. We got security at the door. Don't worry about it.
Okay, listen. I can still carry. I don't know what she does, so don't roll up.
We okay over here. Let's see. What's the process of becoming a real estate agent?
No, that's a whole nother show. That's a whole nother show.
Yeah,
I'm sorry. That's a whole nother show.
Take a test. You just let that one go.
Okay, so I still love M. Green said your deal might be trashed. I think that's.
I don't understand why people really like. I'm gonna say this story.
Hold on, wait before you start.
Go ahead.
Alvin Whitney, is that the Billwood Properties Company? Is that Whitney from Billwood Properties Company? Because I used to talk about Billwood Properties on this channel. If that's you, definitely message me. Anyway, some clients who actually bought from there. But go ahead, finish your story.
Oh, nice. No, I had someone email me not knowing that they were sending me a block from my block, right? So I know the properties, I know how they work, I know the rehab, all that stuff. He sent it to me asking for 75 grand because it could sell for like 270 if you get all the right credits or whatever. The house, and said the house needed $40,000 worth of work. The house was boarded, didn't have a roof, didn't have no floors. I'm like, how are you $100,000 off on your rehab budget? That, my friends, is what I mean by trash, right? Except you actually had a good house. You just had trash numbers. But yeah, don't send me trash. I get really upset by that.
Okay, so look. People, oh, hello, Billwood property staff. What's good? When I come up there, I'm gonna pay them a visit. I'll be like, what's up? Anyway, so anyways, you guys, this is Erica Williams from the Classy Clown blog. Thank you, Kiera, for coming in, making my show hilarious today. I will have Todd Milley on quite later tonight. If y'all want to hear part 2 of this conversation, which when me and Todd Milley get on, we start talking about all kind of real estate. So it get off the wall too. M. Green said, yeah, that deal sounds like trash to me too.
It was trash, bro. I was hot. I actually went on a whole rant on Twitter. I was so mad. But go ahead. We're close
enough. Listen, Cousin Nita would be like, no, stop that. Okay, so look, again, Kiera came on for our Christmas special. Y'all better get over there in that Christmas special if you want the summit for free and put your city and state in that previous video and why you want the summit. It's a really good video.
The OPM is king. Kendra has the summit.
Oh, I apologize. OPM is
I'm the
king.
other Kate one.
Kendra has the summit, but y'all know what I'm saying. All week long, I've been putting people on that.
Yes.
I think it's a spirit of giving and being
Yes.
grateful. And I think, did I even get to ask
For
you
sure.
what were you grateful for? A humble brag? I think I did already.
Yeah, I did the
Yeah, I
humble.
did.
I
Okay,
definitely.
you
Yeah, I
did.
did humble brag. Yep.
Okay, so look, you guys, she's got to run. I'm gonna let her be free. Tell your husband I said what's up.
He just texted me. He came here and rescued Michaela off the couch. So he's here.
Better his
Just
back
know.
than your back. No.
That's what I'm saying.
Tell him we need a part 2 of Opportunity Zones video for sure.
We should. There's some crazy stuff happening. Actually, I don't even know. Well,
Don't you start another video. Don't you do it. Don't you start another video. We'll do it later.
Right. We'll do it later.
We'll bring Khalil back on for more opportunities. She's not gonna have me up here all day, y'all. She's not playing with me like that. Okay, so hey everybody, this is Erica Williams from the Classy Climb blog. Thank you for the past 6 years, almost 6 years of YouTube, over 16,000 subscribers, hundreds and hundreds of thousands of dollars made off this channel. But I do it because it's providing a service. It's helping people. I'm not out here just making money to stack and be like, look at me. It's actually fixing people's credit, giving people actual conversations, connecting them and partnering with them with companies who will do them right, treat them right. People like here, people like her Next Gen program. And I just want you guys to feel that you can get real answers and real people in these chats. So look, if you haven't bought the book, one more time again, it is the Smartphone Millionaire book. It's how to invest in real estate and people and businesses from the palm of your hand. It's on Amazon. Listen, Charm City Buyers is where you can find them. Tell them all your social media handles one more time.
Yes, you can find us at Charm City Buyers on Instagram, Facebook, and Twitter. And we're charmcitybuyers.com. You can definitely, if you have questions or things pop up, feel free to shoot me a message or send me a DM and we can chat.
The only thing I'm sad about is I forgot to ask you about Bowie, Maryland. Did any new changes happen in Bowie, Maryland? But don't worry, we'll have a conversation about that. All right, everybody. If you guys enjoyed this, let me know in the comments, and also I can bring her back on for more shows. Thank you so much, Kiera. Have a good day.
Bring me back. It's fun. I'll do it again anytime.
See, it's fun when you can see the comments, right?
Yes.
All right. Later.